Here's a quick video for you if you'd like to save a little bit of money and work on great interactive toys for your dog using food. So I have an example here. Some of us do the raw food diet, and to save some money, you can take some chicken, cut it up, boil it, put it in your Vitamix or mixer, whatever you have, put a little water in it, make it a nice soft consistency where you can then put it into a bone. If you don't want to do that, and you can use any meat, if you don't want to do that, you can use a freeze-dried product and use that and put it inside a bone or a Kong. You can also, if your dogs are on a special diet, make your own mix. This one is a green dog food where you add hot water, mix it all up. There's lots of brands that do something like that. And then you can use that, which is a nice consistency to stuff bones. And then what I like to do is freeze them, because I can do just a little bit. I can give a dog that has maybe a surgery and has to be on tie down or in their crate a lot because they can't do motion, or a dog that just has a lot of energy and I need to manage them. This is a great tool to use instead of pulling out your hair trying to keep a calm dog calm. So of course you would use this with their crate, with their pen, with a tie down, where they can eat and chew and be busy, and I can reward calm. But a lot of us don't think about all the different dog toys or dog bones or dog products out there that we can utilize. So I got a good variety, and I'm going to kind of share with you what I do. I tend to do it on a one day, do all the food prep, stuff all the bones, put them in a bag, and then freeze them. So I'm going to show you some of the little fun things that I do, and you can save a lot of money if you want to just do your own meat source, grind it up. You can cook it ahead of time, that's fine. You could use canned food, which I've shown in a prior video. You can also use any kind of freeze-dried cube and do that as well. So I want to share with some ideas that can be helpful. These Nylabone type bones with the bumps on them, a lot of the dogs don't really like them. Even one like this. So you spent some money on them, your dog didn't like it. Well, you can make it good again for some dogs, is you can dip it in your mixture of ground up meat. Smear it a little bit if you like. Wrap it in, or leave the one side plain, or wrap it in saran. You can also put a little of the green stuff on there. And once again, this green stuff is just a mixture. And you freeze it like that, believe it or not. That stays in there. You give it to your dog and they love it. So what I typically do is I'll clean all the bones, and then I'll get a bag. I put them in the bag, and I just throw that into my box freezer. So that's one type of bone. Another thing that you can do is, let's say you get to the end of a bully stick or a rawhide bone maybe, and you're worried your dog's going to swallow it. You can make it more enhanced, put a little stuff on it. You can stick it in one of the toys that have the holes in it. You can hold bones, much like this one. This was an older goodie ship. So you could do it like this and put something inside of there and then freeze it. Or you could do something like this. And what happens is it saves you from worrying about your dog swallowing something when it gets too small. You could stuff it in these toys that have the hole in them. And then it stays in there and your dog can chew on it. And then you made it a little more fun because you put a little frozen food on it. You can also put your frozen food inside this. So it makes it a really good little different yummy for your puppy or your dog. Even if you guys have a horn, okay, you can re-enhance that horn, make it more fun, put a little meat in it. I always put it in something like this, just the meat, no deeper than that, because a lot of the dogs won't work down here, and then you got to clean it all out. Same thing with these types of bones. I tend to leave everything here at the top inch or so. Some dogs are really, really good about going deep into the hole. My dogs aren't. My Chihuahua is a little bit. So I do something like that. Just do a little smear. And you guys, you can make it a tablespoon, teaspoon, whatever you want. Voila, freeze it. And it keeps them busy for a little while. When you have an old rawhide that they're not playing with, or you can take a rawhide and get it wet so it'll peel back, you can make it like a little yummy burrito. And you can put some meat in there. Just let it close and freeze. That makes that rawhide go a little bit farther. The dogs like it. If you have a dog that eats bones hard, as you can see, my dogs gnaw the bones. They're not breaking them and eating them really bad with their molars, so this is all good. I like these kind of bones that have the hole in them with nothing here, so then you can just fill them and leave them like that, which is really easy. But like your Kong, you don't have to fill the whole Kong. You could just do a little bit, depending on the size of your dog. When the hole is bigger, they tend to stay and play with it more, and you can just do a little smear like that if you wanted to do that little bit. And then you can do multiple bones and stuffed Kongs and things like this throughout the day. And the dog has a great time. So this is a great, great setup for your dogs when you got to manage them. So I'll show a good example. Miss Viva is just been spayed. So she's on her tie down on her bed. And she's got all sorts of her little bones. You can see the goodie ship with the stuff in it. She had a stuffed bone. And this keeps them relaxed. She's got stitches. She can't run around. And tie down is just a great management tool. And I got some videos on that for you as well. So hopefully this little helpful hint on how to stuff your different bones and rubber toys or anything with a hole in it. So then you can have some management time where your dog is settled, they're eating their stuff, and they're not running around driving you crazy. In the meantime, you're also praising them and rewarding them for being on their beds and being calm. And once again, now I would just stuff all these, put them in a bag, and put them in my freezer.